So, hi guys, I'm Ayan, and today we are going to learn how you can build your first Android app. So, the editor you will be using is Android Studio, which is basically a JetBrains based IDE. This is the first screen which comes up when you open Android Studio. You can just click on this new project button. So, Android Studio gives you some basic templates for starting up your project, so you don't have to start from scratch. We are going to go from with empty activity. We'll select this empty activity and click on next. We'll just write it as hello world. So this is the name of our project, which will be the name of our application. This is the package name. It's basically an identifier, just like you have a domain name for your websites. This is somewhat similar to that. And here you can select the minimum SDK, which is the minimum Android version which your app will be supporting. Yeah, and there are two DSL versions. DSL basically means and these are files where you write your how your how the external dependencies and libraries will be managed in your application. So yeah, these are all the initial setup for our application. Now we can click on the finish button and just maximize this. Yeah, so Android Studio is setting up our project. You can see the Gradle project sync. So this is the Gradle is the file which we were selecting for the dependencies management. Yeah, so we have two major Gradle files basically, the project one and the module one. Since one project can have multiple modules, we have one for each module specifically. Here we can check all the stuff we added. This is the package name, the minimum SDK which we specified, and some predefined libraries which our app will be using. And this is the manifest file where you declare all the permissions and all the activities and all the extra data which you are requesting from the Android ecosystem. And yeah, this is the main activity. This is where our app starts running basically. So Android Studio gives you a template with which you will start working. Yeah, so I'll just run this basic app. I've not touched anything. I've just read out some code for you guys. I'll just run this and let's see what happens if I run this. So it takes some time to bundle all my dependencies, build the application, build the APK for the application, and then deploy it on the emulator. I'm not using a physical device right now. I'm just using the Android emulator from the Android Studio. So our app has been installed. I'll just run it again to deploy it on the mobile device. Yeah, so this is the screen that opens up when we run our application for the first time. It's just, this is the on create function that runs on whenever an activity is called for the first time. So there's a basic Android lifecycle which we'll discuss further. This enable edge to edge, what it does is runs your UI from the topmost bottom to the bottom, from the topmost of your screen to the bottommost of your screen, including the status bars and the navigation bars. Yeah, then the hello world theme is the theme file which we have declared in the theme dot, which Android Studio basically declares for you. You can edit some stuff here if you want. Then this greeting is the main function where we have written the code for our application for this screen mainly. So what it does is it passes this greeting function is being called. So this greeting function accepts two parameters, a name and a modifier. The the name is being sent as Android, and this modifier dot padding is inner padding. Inner padding is just a basic default value that this scaffold function passes as a lambda. So this scaffold function is a the scaffold function is a default function, a default UI function built in Jetpack Compose, which is the UI framework we are using right now. So as you can see, this greeting function is displaying a text block, which is hello and the name variable. So so that is what we are seeing here, hello and the name variable, and the name variable contains the value Android. If we change it here as hello Ayan and run it, then it gets updated to hello Ayan, and the exclamation mark is hard coded here. um, let's say I don't want to use this function, then I can just create my own function. Let's create one function of our own. I'll write this annotation at first. This composable annotation the tells the SDK that it is a composable function, which is basically the UI function. I'll just create this hello world. I'll add this text, and the text value will be hello world, and I'll call this hello world function here. So now if I run this application, we should be able to see this new text at the same place. Yeah, and since I haven't added inner padding here, the status bar overlaps it. So I'll just do one thing. I'll declare a parameter modifier here. I'll pass it as this modifier dot padding inner padding, and now this text function has multiple parameters, two of which are text and modifier. So since we hadn't added anything else besides the text parameter, it automatically considered the past parameter as text, but now we have to add modifier, so we added text parameter as well. Now I'll just add the modifier here, and since I have added the modifier dot padding inner padding here, it should not overlap, the status bar should not overlap my UI now. Yeah, it's fixed. So now we can also add some more UI here. Like if you want to center this, if you want to bring this text in the center, you can align it as, we'll just define a column, move this hello world inside this column, and add the padding here firstly, comma, then we'll assign this we'll align it vertically in the center, and then horizontally in the center. So what it basically does is, if your text is in the center vertically as well as horizontally, then it becomes the center of this column, and this column right now this column completely covers the screen, so it should come at the center. The hello world text will come at the center of the screen. Now this is not working because I have this column does not cover the complete screen, but the text part covers the covers the entire column. So we'll just and also gives a pad, takes a padding from it. So I just removed the padding from the text part, and I'll make and I'll use this fill max size function to fill the end such that so that the column fills the entire screen. So yeah, I did this, and the text part came at the center of the screen. Mm, yeah, you can also check out these parameters. You can change the font size, font style, font weight, and the color, and you can play around with this. So yeah, thank you. This was my time.